Alright, let's get this thing out of here. I kind of had to call an audible this week. Sure. Because I was going to do a Klondike bar ranking video and figure out which one of those is the best. But I went to go get them yesterday and I couldn't find all the flavors I wanted. So I was like, well, maybe that's not happening. And I'm pretty pressed for time this weekend because I have 2 jobs. I hate that I have 2 jobs. But, I was kind of pressed for time, so I had to kind of pick one that I knew I could do. So, and I did a good, I'm not going to say a good amount, but I definitely did some drinky pooing last night. And, you know, you got to get fast food when you're done drinking. And a video that was coming up on the list was Taco Bell breakfast. So I think you can see where this is going. I'm at Taco Bell right now. Their breakfast menu is definitely smaller than I thought, but I've never had Taco Bell breakfast, so that's why I'm doing this, because it's always intrigued me, but I've never had it. This is kind of like with the in vain of the Wendy's breakfast video, link in description. So yeah, I'm just gonna get a bunch of shit. I mean, not even that much shit. It's like they really don't have that big of a breakfast menu. I'm getting one of each item with like a specific protein, the term used loosely, and you know we're gonna go from there. So I'll probably put my little black screen on that because I'm pretty dark in here right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go in there, order a bunch of shit. We'll come back. We'll see just how good Taco Bell breakfast is, baby. Ow! Alright, I got the Taco Bell. I think I got 5 things. So yeah, I got 5 things. And the breakfast salsa. Actually, technically 6, I guess, because I got a combo for one of the things. But I'm just going to start pulling stuff out of the bag and trying it out. I do want to try this breakfast salsa, though. Don't really know what sets this apart from normal salsa, but we're going to find out. What do we got here? Burrito Supreme. I don't know, I got a lot of burritos. If I had to guess, this is either the... Check my receipt. This is either the cheesy toasted breakfast burrito with potato or the grande toasted breakfast burrito with steak. I guess I got a lot of burritos. I got 2. But, either way, there's only one way to figure that out. Let's bite into it. This is the potato one. Alright. Let's try salsa. I don't think Taco Bell sauce is all that good. In fact, I would say it's pretty bland. But maybe this breakfast salsa is going to be a little different. Tastes like normal salsa to me. Alright. So, I'm going to have leftovers, so I might as well just save it. The cheesy toasted breakfast burrito with potatoes. I don't think it's that great. I don't think it's bad, but it was definitely better the first few bites. But as I worked my way down it, it got less good. So, and like towards the bottom, it's just like a bunch of cheese. Like this is, like there was no cheese in those first few bites. I guess I should have given you a better cross section to begin with. Oh, you're getting one now. Look at that. Like, that's way more cheese than there was in the first few bites I had. So, towards the bottom, it's just all just a bunch of cheese. Before that, it wasn't horrible, but definitely not great. Set this guy there for now. And, yeah. So, not the strongest of starts. I'm not even going to cap. If I remember correctly, and if I'm wrong, I'll put a correction on screen. But if I remember correctly, there we go. Perfect balance. If I remember correctly, I very much enjoyed Wendy's breakfast. And if I don't, I'll put a thing on the screen right now saying I didn't. But I was like pleasantly surprised by most of the stuff. So, kind of, not that I'm like a huge breakfast person to begin with. I maintain that I'm not. These are just more of a curiosity than anything. But I don't know, dude. The Wendy's breakfast went hard, so I feel like Taco Bell kind of has big shoes to fill as far as places with experimental breakfasts. Even though Wendy's wasn't that experimental, but it was just like, I don't know. They're relatively new to the breakfast game. Taco Bell made it there before them. So now this is the other burrito. The grande toasted burrito with steak. Down the hatch. Looks like this one still has potato in it too, or hash brown. I'm gonna try and make it work this way because my, fuck it, whatever. There we go. Well, I will say, this burrito is stuffed. Like, there's no wiggle room inside of here. But other than that, not a lot of good things. So, that one's fine. I guess I should talk when I'm done making all that noise. I think I like the cheesy potato one more. It had a lot more, kind of crazy that I'm saying this, but it had more flavor than that. When the steak was involved, it was fine. It was a good bite. Good bite. But when I was eating the other side, where there was like all the eggs and the veggies, there wasn't much flavor involved. It was just kind of mass I was chewing. I'm not putting the salsa on everything. It's just normal salsa, whatever. Kind of disappointing at that. I wish it was like sausage gravy salsa or something like that. But yeah, there's just not a lot going on in that steak burrito. And I wish there was more to it, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, breakfast stuff, I don't know. It all kind of blends together for me. So it kind of takes a lot for it to stand out. That salsa. Okay. Where's the fucking... Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I think that's what this is right here. I don't know. What is this? Oh my god, this is a breakfast crunch wrap? It's tiny. Look how small that is. I thought it was going to be like as big as the normal one. These guys are itty bitty. We're saving those guys for the end then. I did get a combo, so I could get a hash brown. Let's try the hash brown. Ooh. Hold on a minute. That was a pretty damn solid hash brown. The flavor was kind of bland. If it had more salt, I'd be all about it. Like, no question all about it. It just lacked a little... If it had more salt, it'd be great. Because the texture... I don't know if you guys probably heard it. One of the crunchiest hash browns I've ever had. And that's, like, a good thing. The outside is crunchy, not the inside, obviously. And, yeah, the inside was nice and fluffy. The outside was nice and crunchy. Like, texture-wise, the perfect hash brown. Which, I feel like McDonald's hash browns, when I do have them, they're not nearly as crunchy, and they're rather soft. So texture-wise, perfect. If they just put a little more salt on that bitch, ooh, that'd be a damn good hash brown. I'm inclined to say that's the best thing yet. Which, I don't know if that speaks to how good their hash browns are, or how shitty everything else is. Alright. So now we got the breakfast quesadilla, which I did look up a list of, like, all of Taco Bell's breakfast menu items ranked, just to make sure, because like I said, the breakfast menu was a little smaller than I was expecting, just to make sure that everything I was seeing was the entire breakfast menu, and I wasn't getting, like, a reduced breakfast menu, which is what happened. As in, I did get it was the entire breakfast menu. The quesadilla seemed to be the least best thing on whatever list I looked at. Not saying that's going to influence my opinion at all, but it's just something to worth note. I did get the breakfast quesadilla with bacon. I got the burrito with steak, the quesadilla, had forgot what these are called for a sec, the quesadilla with bacon, and then I got the breakfast crunch wrap with sausage. So I got like the gamut of all the meats, term used very loosely at Taco Bell. Got all the meats they offer. So let's try this. Give me a middle piece. I don't need a corner when I'm trying to evaluate this. There we go. See if I can get you a cross section of this. that in focus? Looks kind of in focus to me. Yeah, there we go. Fuck, I don't know which way I'm to go. There we go. I've had this camera for years and I'm still like, how do I use it? There we go. Alright, the breakfast quesadilla with bacon. Okay. Nothing special. I think like the very thin layer of egg on this, because it's like egg, bacon, and cheese. It's like such a thin layer of egg, and it's like so, with like the other chunky, it's like a chunky egg too. It's not a gooey egg. It's a chunky egg with bacon, and so there's lots of chunks, and the texture of it, the mouthfeel, reminds me of vomit. So, not the biggest fan of that. I guess it tastes fine. It's just like, you know, it just tastes like any other breakfast thing you'd expect it to. That's my issue with breakfast food, is like, it all just like kind of tastes the same. Like, it takes a lot for you to have a standout breakfast for me. Hence why Wendy's was banging. They had like unique items that were like weren't just breakfast sandwiches or hash browns. Like, I remember biscuits and gravy. They had like a Gouda sandwich, I think I remember liking a lot. Their French toast sticks were definitely solid. Like, that's what I'm saying. Wendy's was doing breakfast great. This Taco Bell stuff, it's just like, it's like a breakfast sandwich, but put it in a burrito, but replace the whatever bread you normally like, whether that be like a croissant or an English muffin or whatever, and replace it with a tortilla. And that's this Taco Bell breakfast. Let's try these Crunch Wraps. I did get 2 of them, because one of them was different enough to where I was like, yeah, it might be worth getting. Let me see my receipt. So I got the breakfast Crunch Wrap with sausage, as well as the California Crunch Wrap, which I think has like a hash brown in it, and then instead of like a protein, or just a hash brown, because it looks like the sausage one also has a hash brown maybe. But the California one looks like it's got like just a hash brown and then guacamole and tomatoes in the thing as well. I'm not a big avocado guy, but hey, it seemed different enough for me to try it. But let's try whatever this thing is, whichever one this is. This is a sausage one. And there is like a thin hash brown in there. That is probably one of the most bland things I've ever tasted. So there's no flavor to the sausage. There's definitely some heat, because they're definitely using like a Mexican cheese blend or like some kind of hot sauce in there, but god damn it. There we go. But there's not a lot of flavor there at all, and it's just crazy to me. I'm a Taco Bell fan. I think Taco Bell is like A-tier fast food. At least their normal food, not their breakfast. The Crunchwrap Supreme, overrated in my opinion, but still very good. The Mexican pizza goes hard. Their nuggets are some of the best in the game. The boxes are pretty damn good value. It's just like hard to beat. Taco Bell is just so good. Even their normal tacos just go hard. But their breakfast is disappointing on pretty much every level so far, besides the hash brown. But yeah, there's like no flavor to that Crunchwrap. There's the it's just like, even like with breakfast sausage, something that typically has like so much flavor in it. It's nice and juicy, nice and sausagey. I'm getting nothing out of that. I'm just eating mass. With that being said, that does take us to the last thing, aka the best ranked thing on that list that I was talking about. And that is the California breakfast Crunch Wrap with guacamole and tomatoes and like maybe double hash brown. But is it enough to redeem Taco Bell breakfast? No, I'm going to tell you right now, unless it's the greatest thing on the planet, which I highly doubt it. But is it enough to make Taco Bell breakfast worth getting if this is what you're getting? Let's find out. Ugh. Getting pretty full, so I'm going to not finish that. Just like I didn't finish, the only thing I finished was the hash brown. I'm going to change the battery real quick, it's almost dead. I need to charge my batteries because 3 of these are basically dead. One of them is literally dead. The camera won't even turn on. And the one in the camera right now is at about 20%. But that'll be enough for us to wrap up because that was the last thing I got to eat. I need to charge some of these motherfuckers. I do agree with that list. That was the best thing this morning. It had some actual flavor to it. I'm not a big avocado fan, but maybe I should give guac another try because there's definitely some flavor in that I'm not used to having. And so I have to assume it was the guac. But the hash brown remained nice and crispy in there. Remained. That's not a word. Why did I say that? It remained nice and crispy in there. And yeah, that is like again, it's like maybe a 6 out of 10 on like the food scale. But everything else is like 5 or below for sure. Definitely not the greatest breakfast, but that California Crunch Wrap, I do agree with whatever list that was the best thing, is the best thing you can get at Taco Bell breakfast. But Taco Bell breakfast as a whole, what do we think? Very unimpressive. It's just kind of like with normal Taco Bell. It's like, I know the argument can be made that there are a lot of their menus just the same things in different vessels, like a taco or burrito or whatever, which there's some truth to that. I'm not gonna say there's not, but at least that stuff tastes good. Like the eggs, the sausage, and the sausage here that they're using, very bland. The steak was fine, but definitely nothing to write home about. And the bacon, I don't know, we've all had bacon. Maybe if I got it and it's a different thing, it might be a little bit better, but that quesadilla, the texture is just like eating puke, which is not very fun. But yeah, and that California Crunch Wrap, that's easily the best thing, most flavor, and it's just the best texture-wise. The hash brown was the best texture thing by a mile. But since the hash brown was in that thing, I'm inclined to say that is too, because it remained crispy in there even with all the other heat, the moisture, the juices of the egg and the veggies. But yeah, overall, Taco Bell breakfast, I'm going to call it a miss for sure. If there's a Wendy's nearby, go get that breakfast instead, because I promise you, at least in my experience, it was far, far better. But that's all I got. Thanks for watching the video. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe for all your food and gaming needs, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.